Hello there, everyone. This is Misu here, and I'm just adding this in the beginning of the video because, as you remember, the few episodes ago, that I'm going to be doing a lot of setting grinding, and this portion of the video it's going to be just about that. How many settings do you actually need? Or, need for how many settings do you need in order to buy all the battle cards, and also to complete in the folder as well. Now, this could vary. The total can vary because you can get some particular battle cards through green mystery waves, or some of them through blue mystery waves, and even others through purple mystery waves. Now, also I would like to mention is that throughout this video, I'm going to call each of those mystery waves by acronyms. So green mystery waves, I'm going to call them GMWs, blue mystery waves BMWs, and purple mystery waves PMWs. Now, this this I'm going to be calling this Seni theory. I guess you can say. I don't know what else I can come up with, but we're gonna see how many Senis do you really need. So let's get started. So for the first one, the big wave shop, you can buy the recovery 80 for 3,000. You can buy the stun knuckle for 5,000. The Blazing Edge for 12,000, the Anti-Sword for 15,000, and the Destroy Missile for 50,000, which brings a grand total of 85,000. Now, remember how I said that you can get some certain battle cards through Green Mystery Way, GMWs, PMWs, and BMWs? Well, the Recovery 80 is a interesting case because you can get they give you a recovery 80 through an extra folder when you go through the storyline. So in case if you didn't want to spend the settings to getting it for let's say for the sake of completing the folder, or because you need recovery cards, well, there you go. So this is what I did not mentioning earlier, is that the price, the total, and I mean the price can vary because you could have gotten some of these battle cards earlier in the game or after the game, so on and so on. So for the second shop we're going to go to the merchant in the Island Underground EM Road, which sells a Poison Knuckle, a Poison Burst, Typhoon Dance, Arbor Edge, and Spirit Fury, which each of them goes for 7,000, 8,000, 11,000, 12,000, and 20,000 respectively. Now, there's also an interesting case with the Poison Knuckle, because you could have bought the Poison Knuckle back in the Amakan Ground EM Road, but the thing about that is that, yeah, it sells a Poison Knuckle, but it also sells all of these battle cards as well, that you can just get them through through viruses. And for this portion of the video, I'm not gonna count the other merchants that also sells battle cards that you could have just got them through virus busting. So yeah. And going back to this, it also brings adding all that brings the total of 58,000, in case I didn't mention. So for the next merchant we're gonna go to is the one in the City Dump EM Road, which sells at a recover of 150 for 7,000, the Ice Burst for 7,000, the Tidal Edge for 12,000, and the Poison Apple for 15,000, which brings a total of 41,000. Now, it is possible you could have gotten the Recover 150 through GMWs. I'm not sure you could have gotten this on BMWs, but Okay, so for the next one, we're going to go to the Class 5B EM Road Merchant, which it sells a Barrier 100 for 4,000, the Recover 120 for 4,800, Striking Edge for 12,000, and the Bumbleizer for 15,000. Bumbleizer. I do like how that sounds, really. Although I probably pronouncing it wrong, but whatever. Barrier 100, you could have got to this from a BMW, but in case you didn't, for some reason you didn't get all you didn't get all the BMWs, or you didn't get any at all, You know, that's what this is. That's what this is what this setting theory is all about. What if you didn't get all the PMWs and you didn't bother getting any GMWs or any BMWs? Okay, and that all that adds up to 35,800. Now, for last but not least, the merchant on Deep Space 2 on the EM Road, which that sells a Freeze Knuckle for 10,000, Holy Panda for 12,000, Break Saver for 18,000, Double Cross for 20,000, Gigamine for 20,000, and the Poison Fairy for 40,000, which brings a total of 120,000 Zennings. Now, some interesting case for the Holy Panel and the Break Saver. For the Holy Panel, I do remember that they give you a BMW to so you can get a Holy Panel. And as for the Break Saver, they actually give you two of them through PMWs. One of them early back in the Dream Park, and the other one is one of the Deep Space. But I'm just gonna cover that, and later down in this video. Now, with adding all that up, it gives in total. I mean, the grand total, adding all the total prices from each shop. I guess you can say it like that. The grand total is 339,800. And boy, that's a whole lot of settings. Now, remember how I said about the Break Savers and the PNWs? Well, the thing about the PNWs, there's some certain battle cards you can only get them in there, and one of them is a Giga card, which requires you for completing the folder. Now, each unlocker just costs for 4,000. Now, also, there's 7 PMWs in the entire game, but only 5 it is needed for completing the library. Now we're gonna go to the first one, which is in Robo Snake Comp 3. It gives you a jamming machine gun. Now the thing about this is you could have gotten this through a green mystery wave in the event stage EM road and also in the Space 3 EM road, or you could have gotten this through a BMW in the Space 2 EM road. So that was the other options you could have gotten it. Assuming you didn't, get the green mystery waves or the blue mystery waves. So that's the whole thing going on here, in case you didn't get green GMWs and BMWs. But here I am repeating myself about this, that the whole what if scenario, that you didn't bother getting blue mystery wave and green mystery wave. Anyway, moving on. Now for the second one, is the second PMW you could have gotten. It's in the Station Comp 1. Now this one gives you an aura, and this is the only aura that gives you the entire game. Which, yeah, I mean, if you're already for completing, if it's just for completion, sure, that completion's sake, yes, there you go. But however, if you really want more of them, the only way you can get these, get the aura, is through through GMWs, and the only location you can find it is on Deep Space 1 EM Road. So yeah, good luck for trying to grind for more auras. Now for the third purple mystery wave, it's on Dream Park EM Road, and this one gives you a Break Saver. So there's that's added for your library. Which again, like I said previously in this video, is that you can get it through a purple mystery wave in the Deep Space 2 EM Road, and also through a green mystery wave in Deep Space 2 EM Road. All both in the same place. So this is why I said you only need 5 out of the 7, because they gives you 2 of them. Now, the fourth one is in Deep Space 1 EM Road, and it gives you a jamming punch. Now this, you can also get this through a green mystery wave in Deep Space 1 EM Road. And last but not least, and the one more important ones, for completing the folder is in Deep Space 3 EM Road, which is spoiler alert by this point. It gives you the last Giga card of the game. Depending on which version, it's always good. Depending on which version, you get Gorgon Eyes for Dragon, Ox Tackle for Pegasus, and the Gemini Thunder for Leo. Now, from all that, you need 5 unlockers, so which brings a total of 20,000 settings. Now, if you add that total with the grand total that we have from buying all those battle cards, that will be 359,800. Whew, oh boy. That's a whole lot of city, if you ask me. So what if you actually... Now, this is... You can probably skip this part of the video. But what if you're trying to complete the entire game? Getting all the... Getting all the HP memories. Getting your max HP, which is in this case is 1,000. And getting all the getting all the... What is it? The mega weapons and whatnot, but you don't really buy the mega weapons. I don't know why I brought that out to begin with, but yeah, in case if you're trying to get to a max HP, which is part of the 100 completion, besides getting the 6 stars, because that's the pinnacle of, oh look, this is signifies that, oh, you got everything. It's 100%, but if you ask me, I don't know. Not getting 1,000 HP because you could have just maxed the HP. You could have just maxed your HP to begin with. You know, It doesn't feel like 100%. So that's what we're gonna review it here. Which one of them, to be a fact, one of the HP memory, which gives you 20, is through a PNW, which also adds for 4,000, and this PNW is located in the servers module EM Road. Now for the next ones, you actually have to buy them through the merchants and shop. So the first one we're gonna go over is the Big Wave shop. You do 3 purchases. Each of them give you 20 HP. And by the way, all of these purchases, they all give you 20 HP. Just a heads up. The first purchase you do from the Big Wave shop is 4,000. The second one is 8,000. And the third one is 16,000, which brings a grand total of 28,000. The next one we're gonna go to is the Echo Ridge EM Road Merchant. You only have to do 2 purchases, and you only one of them is just 1,000, and the other one's 3,000, which brings a total of 4,000. The next one is in the Amakin Grounds EM Road. You only have to do 2 purchases. One of them costs for 3,000, and the second one costs 50,000. Which brings a grand total of 8,000. The next one is in the City Dump, EM Road Merchant. You only have to do 3 purchases. One of them costs 6,000. The next one is called 10,000, and the other one is 20,000, which brings a grand total of 36,000. And last but not least, is the last merchant, which is in Deep Space 2. Which you only have to do 2 purchases of HP memory. One of them costs 10,000, and the second one costs 30,000, which brings a total of 40,000. Now, if you add all that up, it is it brings a grand total of 120,000. And then you take that total, and then you add the whole grand total of getting all the unlockers, all the battle cards, and including all the HP memory. If you do 359,800 and add to the 120,000, brings a grand total of 479,800 settings. Oh boy, and man, that's a whole lot of settings. Now, like I mentioned before, you can probably could have gotten these battle cards and whatnot through all these mystery waves. So you can probably cut this. You can cut this total in half, probably a little bit less. depending how well you play and how lucky you are with getting all these battle cards and stuff. So I think that's pretty much it to cover about the sending theory. So yeah, so how to wrap this up. If we're going to trying to complete the library, it's going to be a total of 359,800. However, if you want to complete the entire game 100, including maxing out the HP, because you know that's one of the things you have to do is buying the HP memory. It will bring to a total of 479,800 settings. And just like I mentioned before, you can probably cut this in half. But then again, it is just a theory. A game theory! No. I'm gonna stop doing that and I'm just gonna, I'm probably gonna... you know what? I'm just gonna stop and I'm gonna let you watch your... watch your regular program. Oh man, I'm terrible at making jokes and memes. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. There was one more thing I forgot to to mention at this end of this portion of the video. Yes, I'm sorry I had to pull you back in, but there was, again, what I was saying. The one thing that I forgot to mention was about search eyes, because you need to use search eyes in order to find the bosses, and you need to buy the search eyes. You need to buy them in order to get the search eyes. Now, you technically only need 6. However, we're gonna add another one because I will mention it a little bit later. You need each of them for the roaming bosses and the EM rows, which in this case are Taurus Fire, Cygnus Wing, Harp Note, Libra Skill, Queen Ophiucha, and Gemini Spark. That's 6. Now, the procedure, the way it works is you only need 1 search eye for each bosses, because when you find them the first time you find them in the EM row, you find their EX form, and they're always a guarantee to give you their first version of the Mega card, even if you get it at rank 1. Yeah, that's how badly they want you to have this battle card. And then after doing that, make sure to pulse out, because apparently you cannot find their SP form until you pulse out. So pulse out, then pulse back in the same EM row where you found them, and then when you find their SP form, and depending how well you do, you get either their EX battle card or the SP. And then after doing that, make sure you save the game. And then you use the search eye, which that's one of them, just so you can find them again, and and then just battle them and make sure you get the proper card that you have missing, either which is the SP or EX. Whew, oh my gosh! Now the reason why you want to do this is just to make sure that in case you get that small chance that you don't find a boss and you find a virus, a wild virus encounter, you can just soft reset the game and then just try it again. Now remember how I said you only need 6? Now the 7th one is more like a safety save, you can say, because that 7th one is for Dragon Sky. Dragon Sky gives you the first Mega card where you fight them in the Deep Space 3, and then afterwards you can find them in that same place in the specific spot, so you can get their EX form. And I'm not sure whether or not it always a guarantee EX battle card, but I think at this point, if you got to this game, if you got further in that game, you probably can do a lot better than usual. So you can you're probably going to get the EX battle card. And now after that, you're gonna go try and make sure to pulse out, then pull back. It pulls back in. Yes, I know it's gonna be annoying. That part is actually kind of annoying because you actually have to go through all this space just so you can get to D space 2. But enough going for a tangent. And then you try to find its SP form of Dragon Sky, and then make sure to run away. Then save the game. Then pop your search eye. Now, that's the reason why I say that's a safety save, because in case you're not ready, unless you're not ready to find him, because it is a tough battle to do. You're gonna see in like later episode how much of a struggle I had just to fight him and just to get the battle cards that I need. But yeah, that's what the 7th search eye is for. Now, if we add that to our total, you need 7 search eye, which brings a total of 42,000, and if you add that to the grand total, which becomes 521,800. Now I will say it again. This could be a different total, because you can also get search eye through blue mystery waves as well as through cipher mails, which I probably should mention about that, because what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to mention. Oh yeah, because you can also get their SP mega cards through cipher mail, so you don't really need all these sending. You won't need all these search eyes. Oh man. But yeah. So now I'm gonna let you off and actually watch your favorite schedule program. uh, one thing I've noticed when I was grinding for these settings is that Pegasus, Megaman Starforce Leo probably would be the fastest way to grind for settings, because you actually get the Leo Kingdom GX card, and since he's wood, it deals double the damage. But at this point, I think now I should have enough settings. Yep, there we go. That should be enough. But yeah, as you probably saw on the screen, but I was just gonna say it. For every fight you do, you do gain 5,500 settings. Just make sure you have the C Finder equipment when you're doing it. Of course, you gotta do, you have to get at least an S rank, because you get less settings, the worse you do. And equipment with a lot of fire-based cards, it just speeds up the process as well. It took me at least almost 2 hours, maybe 2 hour tops. But without further ado, let's actually buy some of these battle cards in each of their shops and merchants. With first, we're gonna go to Big Wave, because Big Wave also has one of the Giga cards that you actually have to buy. Now there are some certain cases, just like how I said before, one big example is Recover 120, that you can get some of these battle cards through green mystery waves. So you're probably going to be needing less settings to spend. But also, when it comes with setting grinding, you're going to need a little bit more, because if you're going for 100%, you're going to need some search eyes, so you can search for those SP bosses in the wave road. But anyway, since now we're here in Big Wave, let's buy everything here, shall we? Now one of them is right here, was the Recover 80. As you can see, I only have the one. The folder that Luna gives you comes with a Recover 80, so like usually you don't have to worry about like buying this, or you can probably find it on a green mystery wave as well. But let's go with the Stun Knuckle. As you can see right here, like its name said, very much you can stun an enemy. Next, the Blazing Edge. Such a cool way they actually call it, I guess. I think their Japanese name just sounds so much cooler though. Now one of the versus only battle cards, which is the anti-sword, which like it says there, uses sword card, it traps springs. It's pretty much kind of like, oh, you activated my trap card. Yeah, yeah. I already probably heard every meme of every Yu-Gi-Oh meme in this game. Okay, and now with that already bought, the last thing, the destroy missile. You could have gotten this a little bit early if you really wanted to grind for it. Now shall we look at what this card does? Well, the destroy missile says it hit all enemies on the normal panels. Like it says, its name says. It's pretty cool. It's a very pretty cool Giga card compared to a lot of the other ones around the other games out there. Now, with that done, assuming that you already either you bought or already found the cards, there's the other merchant right up there, which sells you some standard battle cards. Which again, I'll say it again, you probably have either already gotten it through viruses, normal battle. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. You already got it through virus busting. Ugh. Or you probably might have to found it through green mystery waves. You know? Now let's go to the second merchant, which is all the way back in the Makken. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, alright, here we are. Right here on the Makken ground EM road, and come on, another virus. Just leave me alone at this point. Alright, now let's go, let's look into them. Now, as you can see, there's Chain Bubble 1, which again, you could have gotten into a virus. Fire Bazooka 1, which was also another one. Mob Lance, which is another one. And Poison Knuckle. This came in a blue mystery wave, if I remember. That's if you're that's if you were collecting blue mystery waves like crazy, like I have. So yeah, there's the other location. Assuming that you never gotten any of them to begin with. Okay, now that we're here on the island underground EM road, there's the other merchant right here, which sells you, of course, the locker unlockers, which I'm actually gonna buy. I'm gonna buy me two more just in case. Search high, I'm okay. Now this is where you can buy the Poison Knuckle as well. In case you missed it. I was trying to remember what exactly ended up getting the Poison Knuckle. Was it through a blue mystery wave? Anyway, I'm probably gonna put some annotation or something about it. But anyways, here we're gonna get the Poison Burst. Just so you can show it. Attack using the poison panels on the field. Which I think Queen of Pucus, and I think there's also a poison panel battle card as well. The Typhoon Dance. Spin twice, hit adjacent angel with the win. So we got that too. And then we got the Arbo Edge, which is pretty much the wooden version of a wide sword. As you can see, the power 180. Now, one of the few versus battle card, which is called the Spirit Fury, which it says magic only, use elemental card to trap springs, just like it says. If your opponent's trying to use some sort of elemental card, the traps activates. As you can see, I already got an item of it, which perhaps I got it through a green mystery wave, because again, some certain battle cards you get them in a green mystery wave. Alright, so with that it's done. Now I will see you back in the city dump. Okay, so now that we're here on the city dump EM road, there's recover 150 in case you haven't bought it, but in my case I already got it through a green mystery wave, and I forgot to buy the other three, which in this case are the Ice Burst, which this one uses the ice panels to deal damage. depending how many ice panels there, times, what is it? Times 440. Now we got the Tidal Edge, which is pretty much the Soy version of like it's an Aqua Sword, like the name says right there, with 190 power. I'm gonna buy that. And last but not least, the Poison Apple, which only works on versus battles, and like it says, when your opponent's trying to use a recovery card, it activates the trap card. Okay, so I actually have a few settings left, or less than 2,000. I mean 200,000. So with that done here, what's the last place I'm trying to think of? Here we are. After I'm done with this virus encounter, that is. Okay, let's have a look. Of course, they sells the energy on lockers and cloakers, which is nice. Here you can get Berry 100, but you can probably gotten Berry 100 for a blue or green Mr. Wave. Same thing with the Recover 120. Green Burst. This time I need the Strike Edge, which is it's an electric sword, which paralyzes anyone in front. The Bombalizer. But anyways, what it does is, this is actually it's kind of cool. It says right here, it blows up any objects, which also damage any enemies in the adjacent panels, and it deals 200 damage. So it's actually pretty cool. I probably could have used it in some certain cases, but I never really bother with it. And with that, I should make 147. 3 more to go, guys. And the last 3 are back in deep space. So I'll see you guys back. All the way back in Deep Space 3. Or is it 2? I think it's 2. That's where the last merchant is at. But yeah, I'll see you there. And here we are. One of them being the Freeze Knuckles. It pretty much punches and freezes the enemy. Pretty cool to combo it up with an electric battle card or with a break attack card. So let's do that. I already got some break savers and holy panels through mystery waves, but I think I'm gonna buy one more for that. Now the last, the last 2, Double Cross, which is it's a versus only battle card. Which what it does is, if your opponent is trying to use a mega card, which in this case they call it summon card, it activates. Though I'm not sure it works on Magic Crystal. I'm not entirely sure about that. Now for the last one, which is called the Giga Mine. Now this is what it says there. Uses when your opponent tries to use a Giga card, the trap card activates. And there we go. Now the third Giga card for this game, which is called the Poison Pharaoh. So what it says here, it puts a Pharaoh on 2 panels ahead, and it poisons everyone. Like I'm trying to think how you can combo do this. Whether it's in versus, I can see pretty cool, but like I don't know how well it is in practice, because when it comes with Megaman Starforce Giant specifically, there was no other. You couldn't battle online. You can only do a local player, so it's kind of hard to do like document or anything like that. Although I would not be surprised if there are some forums out there which tells you stuff about this game, probably even more in depth what I do. But again, this is a completion game, not more so you know, about what these cards can do in certain situations and whatnot. And so with that, that makes 150 standard cards, 27 from all the mega cards so far that I've collected, and 3 giga cards. However, when it comes with mega cards, there are 3 more left and 2 more from this. Well, we're gonna find out where we're gonna get those right now.